This video is about basically what you should be doing on Wednesday, February 10th. First and foremost, I want you guys to work on this and also work on any missing assignments. First, work on the test. Okay? If you don't know which assignments you should work on, look at this list of assignments here. Should be in everyone's class, everyone's Google Classroom right here, list of assignments. And just follow there. Okay? There's another video on my Google Stream talking about that. So I'm going to go over this section 2 song and tang. All right. So you're going to start reading from page 170 or page 11. So I'm going to open that right now. So 170, 11. Again, you just have to answer the questions from that are here with this reading. Okay. And you want to know how I know some of you guys haven't even started it? If you look again at number 1. Which one was it actually? Number 1 and number 5 are essentially the same question. So you could skip number 5. Okay? Now the first question is, how did agricultural advances affect population growth? Always start the answer by rephrasing the question. Agricultural advances, advancements like using, and then we'll talk about some advancements. Also, I want you guys to include this on top of number 1. Okay, Changjiang, the Yangtze River, largest river in Asia. Okay, so you're gonna see that in the reading. These two words, when they refer to that, they're referring to the Yangtze River. Okay, just be aware of that. Whew, sorry. So this talks about the Tang and Song achievements. Okay, the Tang and Song dynasty are right here. They're from 618 to 907 and 960 to 1279. This specific reading talks about the Song dynasty, like towards the end. If you were there, it is the year 1270. You are a rich merchant in a Chinese city of about 1,000,000 people. The city uh, around you fills your senses. You see people in colorful clothes among beautiful buildings. Glittering objects lure you into busy shops. You hear people talking, discussing business, gossiping, laughing at jokes. You smell delicious food cooking at a restaurant down the street. How do you feel about your city? So this is a complete difference as to how this one, where it was like talking about conflict in other areas. Okay, so this is you were living in a state of here. Here you're living in a state of peace where you could just freely shop. All right, building background. The Tang and Song dynasties were periods of great wealth and progress. Changes in farming formed the basis for other advances in Chinese civilization. And this is where it talks about the advances in agriculture. Chinese civilization had always been based on agriculture. Over thousands of years, the Chinese had become expert farmers. In the northern, farmers grew wheat, barley, and other grains. In the warmer and wetter south, they grew rice. During the Song dynasty, though Chinese farming reached new heights, the improvement was largely due to a new irrigation techniques. For example, some farmers dug underground wells, a new irrigation device called the dragon backbone pump. So that's something we should mention in our sentence. The dragon backbone pump. So let's add that here. And we're going to see how that helps. Well, it helped with irrigation. And irrigation ensures that all of the crops will be watered. Okay? So just be aware of that. Okay? Allowed one person to do the work of several. With this light and portable pump, a farmer could scoop up water and pour it into an irrigation canal. Using these new techniques, farmers created elaborate irrigation systems. Okay, so now we're going to see here. Under the song, the amount of land under cultivation increased. Lands along the Changjiang that had been wild now became farmland. And the Changjiang, again, that's the Changjiang, that is the Yangtze River. Okay, the largest river in Asia, the third largest in the world. Farmers also became more productive thanks to the discovery of a new type fast of ripening rice. Because it grew and ripened quickly, this rice enabled farmers to grow two or even three crops in the time it used to take to grow just one. So that means before it took them a while to grow one batch of rice. Now with this new grain, this new fast ripening rice, they could do it three times faster, and so they could grow have three different batches when before it used to take one batch. Right? Chinese farmers also learned to grow new crops such as cotton efficiently. Workers processed cotton fiber to make clothes and other goods. The production of tea, which had been grown in China for centuries, also increased. Agricultural surpluses helped pay taxes to the government. Surpluses means that they had more than enough. More than enough. Okay? Helped pay taxes to the government. Merchants also traded food crops. As a result, food was abundant not just in the countryside but also in the cities. Food was, they had enough of it. They had more than enough. Because food was plentiful, China's population grew. During the Tang Dynasty, the population had been about 60 million. Okay? And the Tang Dynasty ruled from 618 to 907. All right? I skipped it. There we go. During the Song Dynasty, the farmers of China fed a country of nearly 100 million people. So it grew from 60 to 100, so 40 million people was added. At the time, China was the largest country in the world. Okay, so agricultural advances like using the dragon. Sorry, I should have put the dragon backbone pump helped the irrigation system. The Chinese farmers were using. Also, by discovering, and remember we talked about the rice, what exactly did it say? Discovery of a new type of fast ripening rice. A new type I think that's how it. Yeah, fast ripening rice. They were able to grow more and quicker. Then, and I want you guys to make sure you then, because you're comparing something, so that you put an A there. Then, before. This led to China having more than more than enough food. So again, you see THAN, enough food to feed its population of over 100 million at some 100 million people at some point. Okay. Now, next one, how far did China's trade routes extend? Let's reinstate the question. So I'll get away to speak. China's trade route extend. Okay. That's gonna be the next one. And if you guys want to read some interesting points today, rice has been a vital crop in southern China where the warm, wet climate is perfect for rice growing. You can also read this. All right. Take your time with it. So I'm just going to go to this point right here. Actually, where do we go? I don't want to make the video too long, so I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna go right here. The Chinese also carried on trade with other lands and peoples during the Tang Dynasty. Most foreign trade was over land routes, leading to West and India and Southwest Asia. Though Chinese traders also went to Korea and Japan in the East, so you could just put that as well. Okay. Uh, the Chinese exported many goods, including tea, rice, spices, and jade. However, one export was especially important: silk. So valuable that the Chinese tried to keep the method, making it a secret. In exchange for the exports, Chinese imported different foods and plants, wool, glass, gold, and silver. During the Song Dynasty, maritime or sea trade became more important. China opened specific ports for foreign traders. The sea traders connect to China's many countries during this time. Chinese also developed another valuable product, a thin, beautiful type of pottery called porcelain. All this trade helped create a strong economy. As a result, merchants became members of Chinese society during the Song Dynasty. And as a result, the growth of trade and wealth of the Song invented the world's first system of paper money in the 900s. All right, let's see. I'm trying to see if they said something else for you guys here. So during this time, there we go. During this time, they were predominantly trading with India, Southwest Asia, Korea, and Japan. Okay, but they also went all the way to Europe. South trade routes extended all the way into the west, such as, sorry for that typo, such as Korea, no, sorry, India, and the Mediterranean Sea. And that means Africa and Europe, right? They also were able to trade with Korea and Japan. So, what are some advantages of paper money? You're just going to have to read these parts over here. It's going to continue on right here. Okay? The rest of the reading is going to be here. You'll have to read. So, take your time reading it. Some of it's actually interesting things. Okay? So, please take your time reading it.